Yo, this is Jonte and this is my voice one day on T. Yo, this is Jonte and this is my voice 1 month on T. Yo, this is Jonte and this is my voice 2 months on T. Yo, welcome people, my name is Jonte aka Jeantavius. Before we get into the video, I just wanted to update you guys on something. In one of my previous videos, I'd mentioned that I'm starting a clothing line. I was printing some samples. I recently printed out this little hoodie. You can see it right here. The front graphic looks good, but the back graphic is not looking all the best. It looks decent on camera. In person, it's a bit too dark. And obviously it's too small. I'm gonna have to redesign and lighten up a little bit, but other than that, I should have my hoodies sorted out very soon. So as of today, I am 2 months and 2 weeks on T because obviously I could not make it on time. I'm gonna give you the same fucking excuse I gave you the last time. I just have shit to do, so I will never be able to make these videos on time. If you want updates in real time, obviously head over to my TikTok. It's a lot easier to make content on TikTok because you can just edit it in the app and then just post it straight away. I'm a bit of a perfectionist for YouTube, so obviously all this is gonna take a little bit more time because I'm extra like that. So 2 months on T, what have I noticed? Not too much, as I said in the video. I'm gonna start off with my appetite. Now, I've always been a fat bitch. I've always been a fat. I like eating food. I'm one of them guys that don't really gain too much weight when I eat food. In fact, I struggle to gain weight. I've started off as a skinny kid. For the past couple of years, I've been in the gym. These things, you know, have never been new to me. I wouldn't say I had an eating disorder, but I had a rough time eating when I was going through some mental challenges some time ago. And obviously now that I've been in a gym, especially even before T, when I was hitting the gym, I was eating a lot more. I was forcing myself to eat in some cases, which isn't really healthy, but it works for me. Now that I'm accustomed to being active, like I work a warehouse shop, as I've said multiple times before, I need to consume a lot more food to keep me throughout the day. One thing that I experienced pre-T, I would struggle to eat, especially when I was wearing the binder on. It felt like it restricted my stomach area, so I'd have to lift it up a little bit when I'm eating to make more space. Like installing an extended hard drive, you know, I'm just making more space to consume more food. Obviously now, like, I'm eating so much more, like I'm consuming so much more food. I'll eat twice the amount of food that I was eating before I got full pre-T, and I'm still hungry. Like, I'll have the binder on and everything. I haven't even moved the binder and I'm still hungry, and I'll just be eating. Even then, like, it would take me less time to get more hungry again. Give me like 20 minutes after eating like a full course meal, I'll be like, I might want to eat something again. I really like food, so I really don't mind this change at all. The only thing negative about this change is the abuse on my bank account, but we won't get into that because that's just part of life at this point. On the topic of consuming nutrients for the gym, I've been lifting a lot heavier in the gym. I do progressive overload. I like to experiment and push with heavier weights. A lot of people ask me how I train and how I do my sets and how I do my workouts. I've had plenty of comments asking about my workout routine. It's coming. It's gonna be slow because I'm lazy and I'm tired. I'll be so honest with you. On top of that, I don't really have a set routine. I could just recommend you a few people that I've watched on YouTube that have helped me to get into, because it's just a few workouts that I've actually just tried out and consistently just tried to work on improving, increasing the weight and increasing my range of motion, whatever the fuck. I've just been trying to work around things that I've seen on the internet. When I do go into the gym, I do like structure my sets in a certain way. The way I structure my sets is entirely dependent on weight. So the first 2 sets I will do will be a warm-up set. I'll start with around 20 reps of like a warm-up weight. This is where I pick a weight that is light enough for me to just work with. It won't really cause too much of a burn, but it will just give me that how do I say it? Over time, you'll feel the muscle reacting to the movements that you're doing. I hope that makes sense. After those first 2 sets are done, I'll move to like a mediocre sort of weight and I'll do 1 set. And then after that, I'll do 2 sets of a working weight where I'm pushing myself and progressively overloading and seeing where I can go. And then after I'm done with those 2 working sets, I will just do a drop set and just go into failure each time. That's how I structure my sets, if that's helpful for anyone. But yeah, over time I've noticed that even my warm-up sets, weight is increasing a little bit. As for body hair, me personally, I shave my body hair. I wouldn't notice too much of a difference. I will say a couple things that I've noticed that are different from when I was pre-T doing this. My stomach is the best example that I can use for this, because I'll shave down and then I'll notice that there's thicker hairs growing in different parts of my stomach. The hair is like spreading out, colonizing. I'll still keep it shaved the same way. I don't know if I'll change my mind in the future at some point, but yeah, that's what I've noticed with that. Now that I think about it, I probably should have started head to toe. I just really jumped into this without thinking. On topic of hair, I've noticed some hair growing on my face a bit thicker. I've said it last time, but it's growing in a little. I don't know why. Who am I pointing to? Yeah! I mentioned it last time, but there is facial hair growing. I'm just noticing it get thicker each time I check in. I've taken pictures, but I'm just gonna try and see if I can show right here. You can see it a little bit. It's coming in on the mustache area and especially on the chin area. Let me turn up the light a little bit. You can just about see it's coming in. If you don't see it, you're fucking hating. I have bought a Adobe. Let me get my shit. This is my little kit that I've been using for my skin. This is the little derma roller that I bought. I just use it on my face once every week, and I use it with this as well. Obviously I use this because it smells nice and you don't really itch as much. I'm just trying to see how far I can go with this. Obviously it's a bit early to be doing these things already, but I'm just doing what I can to enjoy the process and that, because I've waited a long time for this. But yeah, I'm gonna see how it helps with the beard growth, if it does help with the beard growth. That's all there is for that. As for my face, I do feel like it has changed into a more masculine shape or something. How the fuck do I even explain this? I would say it's gotten wider, along with my neck as well. If I compare my face to like the previous video, I'm pretty sure you can see a difference. This whole area has gotten wider. I'm liking it so far. Like I like the way I'm looking. I never did hate the way I look, but right now I'm just really enjoying this. See, my face and neck have gotten wider. I have noticed a little Adam's apple. It's way more obvious than it was pre-T. I do feel like my skin, I did mention that it was getting thicker as well. My skin has been breaking out just a little bit. My hair is covering it, but it's a bit catastrophic under here. Not too much to the point where it becomes an issue. I've just noticed like it's changed. Even on my shoulders, I'm getting spots and that. It happens, it's relatively normal. Another change will be my voice. Now, usually sometimes when I make these update videos for TikTok, like sometimes I just rolled out of bed and you know, I just get up and make the video. My voice would sound a lot deeper than it would be like in person. Even now, like I'm sure there's a bit of a change, there's a bit of a difference. I do apologize for that because my timing isn't usually the best, and during the day I'm usually so busy, so I'll never be able to fucking do it. So I have to wait until like a later time at night. I'm not trying to fool anyone, I'm just trying to share my journey, and it just happens to be at the shittest times I'm able to make these videos. My voice has dropped significantly, especially during the morning. I'm sure you guys would have seen the voice comparison at the beginning anyway. As for my physique, I've noticed some muscle growth. My shoulders especially have been growing. My favorite change that I've noticed is the fact that my hips aren't exactly as dipped. I don't think they were too dipped beforehand because of my physique back then when I was pre-T, because I was still in the gym. Now I know like my hips have definitely, they filled out quite a bit. I know it's pretty early to say that because I'm only 2 months in, but it's really nice to see that the hips are really just like filled out. I can wear a lot more things that I never really had the confidence to wear beforehand. I'm just way more comfortable in my skin and I feel like I'm way more expressive than I was ever before. Okay, another significant change. When I take off the binders, as everyone would know, are pretty difficult to take off, especially after a long day. Nowadays, like when I take off the binder, it's really a struggle to take it off. Like I'm fighting demons trying to take off this binder. I think it's because like my lats have grown a bit. I've gained a bit more size, I'm a bit heavier, I'm eating more. There's a lot of things I can factor into this. When I'm taking it off, it's way more difficult, especially to fit them around the shoulders and to reach around my back. I might have to size up at some point, but for now I'm still doing decent. On another note, my chest has also gotten a bit smaller, which makes it a lot more easy to bind. Like I'm talking about the breast tissue as well, by the way. It's a lot smaller, it's a lot less noticeable, it's a lot easier to bind now, especially when I'm wearing vest tops and like t-shirts, and I feel a lot better knowing that like it's not really gonna cause as much of an issue. I didn't have a big chest before T, obviously because I was in the gym and I was doing all this cardio to make sure it's a bit smaller and less obstructed. I tend to avoid cardio when I'm training because I don't want to stress myself out. I wear a lighter and sort of older binder which doesn't compress as much when I go to the gym, just for safety, so that I don't really fuck myself up. I might be able to start taping or something because I really want to get into cardio and start losing fat. So imagine my phone ran out of storage while I was filming, so I had to come back on a different day. I literally just got back home from work as well, so I'm still tired, but I'm dedicated, so you lot better be grateful. I was about to get into the emotional changes and that, so I was just telling a story about how I had 2 cats from like 2011. I've had them for a very, very long time, and because my dad had to move some stuff back into the house, I won't go into why, but we had to give them away. We had to give them to a shelter, and we've had them for a long time, so it was obviously a really emotional time for me. After we handed them over, obviously I was feeling a lot of things at the moment, and I probably would have cried. At that moment, like when we was coming back home, I was upset, but I couldn't really shed any tears. I did feel the emotions, but I sort of processed it a little bit different. In a way, it was a good thing because even though I wasn't able to really express, I was able to process, so I could understand how I was feeling and why I was feeling that way. I also noticed that I'm very much more aggravated. I said this in the last video. I wouldn't say I'm more confrontational. I can handle confrontation a lot better than I did beforehand. Another thing emotionally I can say is like I'm a lot more confident now. Again, I said this beforehand, but it's like I'm feeling myself become more confident every single day. It's so much easier to just, you know, live my life. I don't feel like I'm living my life for the sake of living it. I feel like I'm living it for myself now, and I'm just really experiencing these new things. It feels so much better. It's really improved my mental health quite a lot. That's about all the changes I can think about right now. Again, I'll update properly next time when I do hit 3 months on T. I do try to take notes in my phone to try and keep track of these changes, but obviously as I'm going through this, it's not going to be as easy because it's things that will slowly happen over time. When I do notice them, I'll try to note them down, but it's not exactly as easy when you're living life. As an adult in the UK, it's not exactly the best or the easiest thing to, you know, keep track of time when you're a working adult. So please bear with me on that. But yeah, I'm keeping it short and sweet. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for supporting. I've got all my socials linked down below in the description, so do check that out. I will have that clothing brand sorted out as soon as I can as well. I'm really trying to get this sorted out. I have so many ideas that I want to share. Thank you to everyone in my life who's actually showing support. A lot of guys have shown support towards my clothing brand and my YouTube channel and my transition. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys are taking care of yourselves. I hope you're doing good. I hope you're doing great. I'll catch you guys in the next update when I hit 3 months on T. So take care and peace.